She was already rescued. Then she looked back. The warning of Lot's wife. Everyone remembers the fire that fell on Sodom, but the real moment was the woman who looked back. Not the sulfur, not the smoke rising like a furnace over the valley, not the cities that vanished in a single sunrise. The moment that changed everything was a woman on a road, already rescued, already free, who turned her head toward the thing God was destroying, and became a monument to the danger of divided loyalty. Jesus mentioned her by name 2,000 years later. 3 words: remember Lot's wife. The scene opens the day before the fire. 3 strangers appear on a road near Hebron. The sun is directly overhead. The heat is pressing down on the plain like a weight. Abraham sees them and runs. He bows. He prepares a feast. Fresh bread, a tender calf, curds, and milk. He stands under the tree and serves while they eat. One of these visitors is the Lord himself. The other 2 are angels about to walk into the most corrupt city on earth. While Abraham pours milk for the creator of the universe, someone in Sodom is closing a business deal they will never collect on. The air is still, the bread is warm, and the verdict has already been written. God speaks the sentence out loud. Genesis 18:20. The outcry against Sodom and Gomorrah is great, and their sin is very grave. But before the fire falls, something extraordinary happens. Abraham steps forward. He does not bow. He does not retreat. He argues, "Will you sweep away the righteous with the wicked? Shall not the judge of all the earth do what is just?" And God listens. If there are 50 righteous people in Sodom, God will spare the entire city. 50 people walking with God, and every soul in that valley lives. Abraham pushes lower. 45, 40, 30, 20. Each time God says yes. The mercy is staggering. Finally, Abraham reaches his last number. 10, for the sake of 10 righteous people. God will not destroy it. 10 souls standing between an entire civilization and fire from heaven. And the city cannot produce them. The 2 angels arrive at the gates of Sodom by evening. Lot sees them and bows immediately. He urges them to come inside, not out of hospitality, out of fear. Lot knows what this city does to strangers in the dark. He prepares a feast behind locked doors. This is the second meal of the day. But everything about it is different from the first. Abraham served God under open sky with joy. Lot serves angels behind locked doors with dread. The same day, the same bread. 2 completely different worlds. Then comes the sound. Genesis 19:4. Before they had gone to bed, all the men from every part of the city of Sodom, both young and old, surrounded the house. Not a fringe group, not a radical faction. Every man, every generation, every neighborhood, they came together with one unified purpose. The angels pull Lot inside and slam the door. Then they strike every man outside with blindness, young and old, nearest and farthest. Total darkness falls on the entire crowd in an instant. And the men of Sodom still do not stop. Genesis 19:11. They wearied themselves trying to find the door. Blinded by the power of God, in complete darkness, still groping for the entrance. The investigation is finished. The verdict is confirmed. There are not 10 righteous people in Sodom. There are not 5. There is Lot, and Lot is barely holding on. The angels deliver the only message that matters: get out now. Lot runs through the dark streets to warn his sons-in-law. He tells them fire is coming. Genesis 19:14. But he seemed to his sons-in-law to be jesting. They laughed. The sky looked normal. The streets were quiet. The markets would open in the morning. They went back to sleep. By morning they were dead. Then comes the most devastating detail in the entire account. Genesis 19:16. But he lingered. 3 words that should terrify every person hearing this. Lot believed the angels. He had watched the mob surround his house. He had seen them struck blind and still reaching for the door. He had heard the verdict from the mouths of heaven's messengers, and when the moment came to leave, He hesitated, so the angels seized him. They seized his wife. They seized his daughters by the hand. The Lord being merciful to him, they dragged them out of the city. Not an invitation, an extraction. God did not wait for Lot to decide. God grabbed his wrist and pulled him out alive. One command remained: do not look back. Do not stop anywhere in the valley. Run. Lot's wife was out? She was safe. She was walking away from judgment. Angels had pulled her by the hand through the darkest night of human history. And she looked back, one turn of the head, one glance toward the life she was leaving behind. And she became a pillar of salt, standing on the ridge above the valley. A permanent marker for the cost of divided loyalty. She was physically rescued, but Sodom was not out of her. Jesus used her as a direct warning for the end of the age. Luke 17:32, remember Lot's wife. Whoever seeks to preserve his life will lose it, but whoever loses his life will keep it. The warning is not ancient history, it is prophecy. Jesus is saying this pattern will happen again, and when it does, do not look back. Here is what this story has always been asking. God's mercy has a deadline. He negotiated with Abraham down to 10. He sent angels personally to extract one family. He waited through the entire night. He let the dawn come before the fire fell. The mercy was vast, the patience was real. And it had an ending. The sun rose over Sodom the same. The valley, the inhabitants, the vegetation gone in a single sunrise. Abraham stood on the heights the next morning. He looked east across the plain. Where two cities had stood there was only smoke. Rising like a furnace, silent, total, the people who laughed at the warning were under that. Maybe you are in your own Sodom right now. Not a city of fire and sulfur, but a situation, a habit. A version of yourself that God has already judged, and you are still lingering. The Holy Spirit is doing the same work the angels did. He is pulling, He is urging, He is pressing against. Your conscience saying what the angels said to Lot, up. Get out now. Stop lingering, start leaving. The sun is already rising. If this story gripped your heart today, type in the comments in bold letters, I will not look back. Let that be your declaration over your life. Starting right now, like this video. Subscribe to Biblical Historical for more cinematic deep dives into the Word. Share this with someone who needs to hear the warning today. The mercy is still running. But mercy has a deadline. God bless you.